Oh, this is going to be a super short, focused insight. So welcome to the first of the Soulmate Manifestation class insights. Now, I put this class together if you are a single woman who deeply knows you're meant to be with your soulmate, yet nothing is shifting and you feel in a way sort of stuck. Things just aren't changing. Whatever you hear, watch, listen to, read, somehow your life isn't shifting, but you know deeply you want to be with your soulmate. That was me. So I know exactly how that feels. And so everything I do is about enabling you to understand deeper what's going on and for you to make a choice of what you can do to change where you're at. So you can go from single to being with your soulmate, because that's what it's all about. And the insight I'm going to cover today is a huge game changer. And I'm going to make it really simple. It's going to help you have a deeper understanding of a simple strategy that will change everything for you. Now, I need to also be mindful of, I need to make sure I can enter everyone in. Yeah. So this will change so much for you. Your perspective on who you are being and why you are not attracting love at the moment is going to widen, is going to open up, is going to shift for you. But first, a little bit about me, because I want you to know who I am. Some of you already know me, and you may know me as Chris or Christina. If you don't know me, you can call me Chris or Christina. And from a really young age, I've been captivated, let's call it. Well, I call it obsessed, if I'm really honest with you. Obsessed by the magic of being in love. That is my driving force. That's what I'm here to do and to help other women with, is manifesting love. I love the manifestation process, which I often call creation. And I absolutely am obsessed by the magic of love and being in love and being with one's soulmate. I'm with my soulmate. I had years of being single and I hated every minute of it. Some people say, oh, it's absolutely fine. Be single once you're happy with yourself and you're happy being single, it will happen. That was red rag to a bull to me, because it was like, no, I'm not happy being single. I don't want to be single. I want to be in love with my soulmate, creating my own special life together. So it's been my soul's mission to master the art of manifesting. And this is where I'm going to put it. So listen to this. Manifesting relationship dreams into physical reality. That's what I always wanted to know. And that is what I have found out how to do. It's so important for me because I was single for way too long. And I had therapy. Eventually, I learned from an amazing person who understood the human being, of how we operate as humans. And I also learned from a manifesting guru. And then I created my own way of attracting my soulmate. And this is what I help women do. But today we're going to talk about an insight, a profound insight. It'll change so much for you. So I want to enable you to be able to see and transform whatever fears you've got around attracting your soulmate, to be able to create, manifest your own extraordinary love story. And I'm going to go through various insights over this week. And I will also link that insight to a client story. So you get a really good sense of how the insight can shift everything. So the other thing that I want you to know about me before I go into that is that I'm an advanced practitioner in transformational therapy, and I blend the spiritual with the practical. I know how to enable you or whoever I work with to tap into your own quantum shifts so that you can attract love and create your own love story in this lifetime. Now, the reason I say this is some people say, are you really spiritual? I am spiritual, but I do not want to work with the spiritual without understanding how it transmutes into the physical. That was my soul's mission. How do we take our dream and create it into reality? How do we take a desire that we know deeply within us is meant to be and create it in our physicality? How do we create something that's unseen because it's in our imagination into the scene, into it being in our lives? That is my soul's purpose. Now, the insight I'm going to discuss today is the insight about letting go. I want you to put into the chat if you have been told to either let go of something and just let it happen, or if you have experienced trying to let go of something. Just put a Y or a no in the chat so I know where you're at. Has anybody been told you need to let go of your desire for love and let it happen? You need to let go of that dream and just live your life and see what happens. Anyone been advised to do that? Okay, we've got a no, we've got a yes. Anybody else? So anybody here, and I can see that most of you are just on your phones, it would be lovely if you could open up your video so I can see you and have a bit more of a relationship with you. I want to see who's here. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Can you just put your videos on because it just helps me connect with you a bit more. Fabulous. And I would urge anybody else to put your video on because this is how you connect to me, how I connect to you. And there's an ability to hear things differently when we're actually consciously present. Thank you. Fantastic. So anybody, I'm going to ask it like this. Anyone hate the concept, even if you only partly understand it, of letting go? If you hate it, put a Y. If it doesn't matter to you, don't worry. Just put a Y if you hate it. Great. You are on my wavelength. I just did not understand what letting go really was all about. I hate being told to go with the flow. That was another of my, let's call it red rags to a bull. It's like none of what I was being told made sense. I knew I wanted love. I knew I wanted my soulmate. I knew I'd had difficulties. I had been single for a long, long time. And I was being told things like, oh, just let it happen. Go with the flow. Just let it go. What are we letting go of? I hated the concept of letting go. What does it mean? Well, I can tell you what it sort of means, but does it relate to you? In one way, it implies just leaving things to chance. Well, let me tell you what that means. That means we're powerless. And I know that you are not. And I know that I was not. The other thing it sort of feels like is, oh, just let go. It'll happen when it's meant to. Well, let me tell you what that means. That means we are being disempowered. It's very disempowering to just let it happen when it's meant to. And the other thing that letting go as a concept for me meant, live in hope. And do you know what happens when we live in hope? Hope's good in one sense, but when we're really ready to be with our soulmate, hope doesn't really cut the mustard. Hope isn't a defining shift or change in the way that we are being. Hope is like drifting. It doesn't enable us to take ownership of that dream or desire that we want. And let's just look at, I don't know how to be someone, let's just see, who lets go of my desire to be partnered. It feels, yeah, it feels awful. It feels so bad. It feels like nobody understands. How do you let go? It's just not a concept that I related to, that I really understood. I could understand the negative side of it. But what I'm going to do today for you is I'm going to put this concept of letting go into a physical and a metaphysical understanding, because this is what's going to shift your understanding of how to be the woman who attracts her soulmate and doesn't have to let go. So I'm going to do it really simply. Let's take this pen. So can I let go of this pen? Yes, it's physical. I've got hold of it. I own it. I know what it is. I can literally let go. It's gone. In fact, it's gone on the floor and I want it again. So just a second. Let's find it. I can let go of it. But how do you let go of something you do not have? That's where letting go as a concept did not work for me. When I was single and told to let go of my dream and just allow it to happen, or just, like you say, go with the flow, that was not how to manifest. That was not how I understood manifestation to work. So how do you have something or let go of something you don't have yet? Because that's going to be the shift that I want you to hear. And this is it, by the way, this is it. I'm making this really simple, really short, so that you can grab this concept quickly and easily. When you can hold something that even in that moment is a desire, but you can hold it as if it is already physically here, then you can allow it, not let go of it. You can allow it. You can allow all the feelings and emotions associated with what you want to, let's call it, have, but for those emotions to live within you. When they live within you, remember this: what's within us is reflected to us in our physical world. And that is what's going to create and manifest being with our soulmate. So when you have got what you desire internally connected within yourself, you're holding it, you're owning it, you're connected to it, then you can allow whatever needs to take place, even if it's something that you are inspired to do yourself, to take place so that you are able to have what you want. So let's put it this way. When you want to be with your soulmate, and it'd be really great if we could have those videos on again, otherwise I'm talking to a blank screen and I really want to be able to talk to you. We can have your videos on, that would be fantastic. So when you want to attract what or who you desire, or someone that's completely aligned for you, you need to connect your desire as a thought, as well as a feeling, as well as a being. So you're connecting your head, you're connecting your heart, and you're connecting your soul. No, that's fine. If your connection is unstable, that's fine. And to be honest, my connection isn't great. We've had lots of engineers in, and we're going to probably change our system because it's a bit unstable. But thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. So we now need to be able to understand how to connect our desire within ourselves. What is it we're thinking we want? What is it that we're feeling is really right for us? And how are we connected to that in our soul and our being? Because when we connect our head, which you can often say is your thoughts, your heart, which is your feeling, and your soul, which is your being and your behavior, the result is this. Whatever you are holding on to within yourself, whatever you are connected to within yourself, physically, let's look at this, but metaphysically, we're talking soulmate, you're not hoping for it anymore, but you have already connected to having it. So when you have it, you can then allow it. Does that make sense for you? Just let me know yes or no. And if you watch the replay, because we're probably going to post this on social media, just put #replay and your answer. Okay, let's do this again. Let's just explain it again. If you've got something physical, you're able to let go. And I would say you're able to allow it to just go from you because it's something that you can physically, tangibly understand how to let go of it. When we're looking at creating being with a soulmate, a physical partner, we need to do that. This is the physical, and now I'm talking metaphysical. We need to connect to everything about being with that soulmate partner. How do we do that? We do that within us. We do that within us. Our thoughts of who we desire must align with the feelings of us being with who we desire, so that our way of being is acting, being the woman who is already with her desire of being with her soulmate. So the metaphysical, imagine this is your metaphysical soulmate, is now logged within you. And when it's logged within you, nobody can take it away. You don't need to let go of it. You just need to allow the physical manifestation of what's within you come into your life. And you do that by the woman who is already with her soulmate. There is nothing to let go of. Does that resonate You know if it's really locked in with you when you get that feeling and connection of certainty, of belief, of absolutely sensing with your mind, your body, your soul that he's here. It's a shift. It's a metaphysical shift. There is a process, and the process is what I work on with my clients. But I don't want to go into that now. I just want you to understand that once you metaphysically have your soulmate locked in within you, you don't have to let go. Or you can let go and allow. It's not letting go of not having it, it's letting go of how it happens. And this is through the feeling of being with him. And then you trust. Great, I'm glad that makes sense. Then you trust in the allowing of it taking form. Because you're trusting in allowing something that's already been created by you within you. It's in a way, you've probably heard of the law of assumption, assuming your wish fulfilled. If you're already with him, you will be acting as if you are with him. And therefore, your vibrational resonance going out into the universe is you being with him. And we can do it in various ways in how we feel he is with us already. And let me just read this. A way to manifest my desired partner is to pretend he is already beside me, to go for dinner together, and I can feel him beside me with all my senses. Yes, this is correct. And what you do, you start to behave as the woman who is already with her soulmate. So let me just see if I can pull something up for you, because I want to show you what my client Anna did and felt. Let's just see if I can get this up and if I can share it. Just a second. I want it to be her words and not mine. So let's just see if we've got it here. I'm just going to share my screen, I think. Let's put this up. Right, hopefully you can see that. If I can see it, I think you can see it because I've just shifted the slide. So Anna was a client of mine, and she really wanted to meet somebody who, and I'm not going to read it all, it's her words, you can read it. I'm just going to pick out things that link to that horrible concept of letting go. But now you understand that when you've got what you want, letting go is like allowing. It's a lovely, beautiful, easy inflow process. So she wanted to find somebody that she felt really aligned with, that that would be her soulmate relationship, and that it would feel natural and in flow. And what happened with Anna is we went through the process of how to become the woman to attract her soulmate. Really, I call it creating your love story. And Anna met somebody, she hadn't been with somebody for years, and she met somebody, and then she just felt, you know what, the person I've got within me that I feel is right for me, this person I've attracted, as much as he's really lovely, he isn't this person that I know is right for me. So she decided to let him go. And what happened was the most amazing thing, because she was already energetically aligned in her body to the physicality of being with somebody who she knew would resonate with her. She said it was like an energetic shift, that when she let the man go that wasn't right for her, she met her soulmate within 4 days. She met him within 4 days, because what she wanted was the feeling of being with him, somebody that felt obviously totally right, mind, body, soul, and that relationship would feel easy and in flow. And that's exactly what happens when we connect to what we want. We don't let go of our dream. We don't let go of the desire. We don't let go and hope and wish and pray. We actually work on the creation of him being somebody we know that we are going to meet, and that creation happens within us first. So this is how you attract your soulmate without letting go of your dream. You get laser focused. I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight. You get laser focused on aligning yourself, as I said, mind, body, soul, with the exact type of person that you desire. And that enables you to stop wanting, it enables you to stop hoping, and it enables you to stop attracting. And this is where it gets exciting for you, because that is how you start to create being the woman who attracts a soulmate. Any questions? Does now letting go have a completely different concept for you? And I like to change letting go and replacing it with allowing myself to attract my soulmate, allowing myself to be the woman who's with her soulmate, knowing that I can be with him because I have created the energetic vibration of him being in my life now. Any questions? Yeah, I love the allowing was the part that shifted everything for me. Because I hated letting go for what we've discussed already, even though now I know that when I've got him within me, or I've got anything I want to manifest within me, I can let go and allow it. But the minute I shifted into allowing, what happens is you go into the positivity of flow, whereas letting go has the connotation of losing something. And because I'm a transformational therapist and I've worked with, well, I was trained with Marissa Peer, so I understand the workings of our subconscious mind, we need to be super clear and super positive in what we're putting into ourselves that we're creating, so it manifests externally easily. And letting go, for me, is an empty space, has a negative connotation, has a lack of empowerment. So let's see what we've got here. Yeah, I love it that you like the concept of allowing. It changes everything. I worked with a really super clever guy who, we talked about this. He's really good on the genetics of relationships. And when I told him my stance of letting go and allowing, he said he's going to use it. He said that is a shift that happens just very naturally by not using letting go as a concept, but using allowing as a concept. So I'm going to read this, if that's okay, Susie. See if I've got this. You've done the work on having him, obviously close to you. but not in the rest of your life. You only got it within your bed, okay? And you attracted a man who loves to be with you in bed, but isn't available for the rest of your life. Okay, right. I'll tell you what's happened here is you've done an amazing job, first of all. That's part of manifesting. But you want to be able to create, let me put it another way. You want to be able to have clarity on every part of the type of man and relationship that you want. Every part. So not just in the bedroom, every part. And you want to be able to access the essence of who that person is and how you are being as a relationship together. Because being in a soulmate relationship is already deeper than being in any other normal relationship. Great. Oh, good. That's great. You understand it. You are funny. I love it. Yeah. So it's, you're focusing on the whole relationship. That is who he is as a person, what desires you want him to have, his outlook in life, because you both want to have the same outlook, even if you're slightly different people. You want to know what his morals are. You want to be clear on, who is he like physically? And all of those aspects make up and the energetics of a relationship. Any other questions? So I'm just going to round off this with something that's coming up in September. I'm just going to make this very short and sweet. In September, I'm going to be training a small group of women who are ready to create their own unique love story. And it's a 6-month program, and we will go through everything in terms of how to manifest your desire from the unseen to the seen, from your dream to your reality. Now, I could tell you a lot about this, but I don't want to keep this short and about you understanding the concept of letting go and allowing, and knowing that you can then allow it to happen within your physicality. Now, if there's anybody here that feels truly called to take the step from being single to being with their soulmate, who is ready to take action for that, who has been there, done that on the therapy and is now ready for the manifestation process, then you can contact me. Then we can have a free complimentary session together where we can talk about what the next best step is for you. And if you want, I'm going to put just the link in the chat now, and you can grab it and contact me. Now, this link will take you to a page where there is an intake form, and my team will look at that intake form and sense whether you are ready to be that woman that starts taking action to create being with her soulmate. And if you are, we will speak, and then we'll decide whether there's something that I've got that's going to take you from being single to being with your soulmate within the next 6 months. So it's just there if you want it. Pick it up. I am hugely busy. I don't have much space. So if you don't find any space, just email me and I or my team will pick it up and see if we can fit you in. Any other questions? Anybody want to ask a little bit more about the concept of allowing versus letting go? Oh, that's lovely, Lucia, that the story of my client resonated with you. Powerful, isn't it? Ah, you attended something in June and you're desired. I love it that you've got this very clear desire for your partner. I can tell just from what you're writing that you're really focused and tuned in to wanting to be with your partner. And you did meet somebody. And then your insecurities kicked in. Okay. And you doubted his identity. And he sensed it. I'm going to tell you something about men. Men, we may be very intuitive as females, but men have an instinct like that. They will sense anything that feels untoward. Now, it's an honest feeling sometimes that we have insecurities, but if we cannot own our insecurities, the man will sense it and he will sense he might not be able to cope with us. And how do I know that? Because that's happened to me. But when I owned my insecurities, and let me tell you, I still have them. You do not have to be perfect to be with your soulmate. When I owned my insecurities, nobody ran away. My soulmate didn't run away. He, in fact, was in awe of what I'd gone through and how I was being as a woman, having the insecurities from a trauma from when I was younger. And there's a preparation of some sort. I don't know if it's communication. I think it's more, Lucia, about owning something within yourself so that you're able to not allow it'll come out in the form of communication, but not to allow the feelings around your insecurities dictate who you're being. You can be the most beautiful, gorgeous Lucia that you are, and you have some insecurities. Not that your insecurities are making you be who you are. Does that make sense? Nicola, what does it look like to allow when having a conversation with a man about moving our relationship forwards? Oh, I have got quite a strong stance on this. And this stance might be too strong, but hear me out. And it's very old-fashioned. I believe the man needs to do more of the chasing than the woman. Because a man, underneath it all, wants to feel masculine in the main. Obviously, there's caveats to this. This is a strong generalization, but it works in most cases. The man wants to feel the masculine, the strong one, the one that's conquered the prize, and you are the prize. He needs to be able to take that leadership. A balanced, grounded, wholesome man will want to do that. A man that's a bit more insecure, it may take him a bit longer. It doesn't mean to say he can't do it. But when we have tuned in to what we want, and we're being the woman with what we want, the relationship moving forwards, the man instinctively will sense that he can then suggest the relationship moving forwards. Yes. Great, Lucia. Great. Glad that makes sense. Oh, it's lovely to see you, Marcy. Hello. Um, Anything else? I'm not sure I'm missing anything. Um, yes, it is about owning our insecurities. We do not have to. Lots of you who know me will know I say this a lot, and I say it through experience. We do not need to be perfect. We do not need to be 100% healed to be with our soulmate. We need to be able to own what's happened to us and not let it define us if it's an insecurity. We need to be able to become the woman who's resonating being with our soulmate, no matter what. Even if he does or says something that puts us off guard for a second, I'm not saying whether he's right or wrong, but in that moment, we still need to be the best version of ourselves, the woman who's already with her soulmate, the woman who is allowing herself to be able to attract the man that she wants to be with. Great, Marcy, love it. Oh, that's interesting. How do I ensure that my manifestation process is aligned? Oh, this is direct to me. Sorry, Carlita. Do you want me to say this out loud or is it more private? Private ones I'm not going to be able to do while I'm on a live. Just let me know. I can say it out loud. Is that the yes? So you're going to have to say yes again or no. Okay, great. So this is beautiful from Carlita. How do I ensure that my manifestation process is aligned with my personal growth and self-worth? They can go hand in hand. You will know if you are the person who's ready to create, take responsibility, to have ownership of your manifestation process alongside where you're at in your personal growth and self-worth. If anything comes up in your manifestation process that tells you my self-worth isn't quite there or my personal growth isn't quite there, and you know you're not in the stage of needing therapy or counseling, it can be worked on alongside your manifestation process. Because what will happen is, as you're manifesting, what's stopping you from manifesting will start to come to the surface for it to be, let's call it revealed, to be healed. Now, when I say healed, I don't mean a long years of healing, which I have done. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when we are ready to manifest and be in the manifestation process, things will come up to be revealed. And in that revealing, we're able to go through the healing as we're still in our manifestation process. So I'm going to just show you something very quickly because sorry, I'm just going to get a pen. It works every single time with the understanding of what you've just asked. This is how I work with clients. I will ask where you're at. Now, my clients come to me single and they want to be with their soulmate. So single's this side of the pen, soulmate's this side of the pen. And I've got another pen that's going right down the middle, which is sort of the 50% mark, halfway. If a client is still suffering from trauma or the effects of trauma or deep insecurities, and I have been there, by the way, there is some form of healing or specialist counseling or a specific type of therapy that's needed to help support that person. So they'll be on this side. I don't work with women on this side because I've been this side, and that's the side I felt I got the help I needed. But what I needed once I'd come out of the side was I needed support on manifesting, on creating my dream into physical reality. So that's what I do with women. So I say that the women that I work with are at this point, 50% or here, anywhere here, because when we've done all the healing that we can, we're at a point where we go, hold on, I've done all the healing I can. I'm ready for my soulmate. He's not here. I need to take ownership of my life. What's a common denominator? Me. I'm going to take responsibility to do what it takes to manifest, to create being with my soulmate. and I'm going to find somebody that I feel aligned to that can help me through this creation process. That's what I do. So I work with women on this side. Now, when we're on this side, do things come up like you were talking about, some fears? Yes, they do. But because we're not here anymore, we're here taking responsibility, we allow them to come up and we enable the growth through what's coming up to still support us in being the person who's manifesting being with their soulmate. Okay, fantastic. So tomorrow I'm going to do another revelationary soulmate manifestation insight. It'll be at exactly the same time, exactly the same place. And I really look forward to seeing you all. I do tend to try and start very close to on time, just so I noticed some of you might have come in a bit later. And great. And I will look forward to seeing you for the next insight. Same time, same place tomorrow. Huge love, I know, is waiting on you. When you shift, huge love will come into your life. Pleasure. Bye for now.